What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this we have, these are 6 things that nobody does better than Polish people. Our Vigo's dad's channel. Y'all make sure y'all go check his channel out. Lots of great content on there, and I'll actually put the original link to his video in the description section. And if you guys enjoyed this, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive in.
In some weeks, I am about to celebrate my 8th year being married to a Polish woman. It's been a fantastic journey. We've had so much fun, and I've learned so much because you see, we come from 2 distinctly different cultures. In these 8 years, I've been honored to get to know Poland, its people, their customs, traditions, and culture. And I've been fortunate enough to have been there so many times that by now, I think I have a deep understanding of who Polish people are. And during my interactions and observations, I've noticed that there are some things that simply nobody does better than them. So today I'm gonna tell you 6 things that nobody does better than Polish people.
Let me hear it. His child is adorable. His son is, oh my gosh. He is absolutely freaking adorable. My days. Look at him, man. Argue. Okay.
Have you seen some Polish groups on Facebook? Or have you read the comment section on some Polish related videos on YouTube? Man, there are some brutal arguments there. You know what? I'll invite you to go to self-depricating and just go and read some of the threads. They're really long and actually quite thorough. And that is something that originally surprised me a lot. And I don't think so many people can do quite as good as Polish people, which is they know how to argue, and they know how to argue really well. They are relentless. They will quote studies, percentages. They will even go to scientific papers in order to prove their point and win the argument. Oh, and beware, they're not superficial. They really expand on their opinion of the subject that is being discussed. But you know what? It can get really crass sometimes, and I really don't like that. I've read some pretty disrespectful comments, and I believe there's no need for that. We can have an argument with different points of view without having to cut each other's throat. But what can you do? Poles are really fiery people, and when they get going, they really get going. Latinos have a different way of arguing. We're also heated arguers, and for sure you're gonna hear 2 Latinos yelling at each other when they're having a quarrel, but we're also more dismissive. We're gonna pretend like we don't care, yeah, we don't mind, do your thing, leave me alone. But Polish people are not like that. They take it as if it's a personal attack on who they are, and they're not gonna let it go. It's not gonna be like, you know, you have your way of thinking, I have mine, you know, let's just shake on it. No, this is gonna drag for, you know, hours arguing, trying to prove each other wrong. That being said, arguments are not only negative. Sometimes there's a debate where people are just exposing their opinions on a subject that is relevant or interesting. And in that case, Polish people are fantastic arguers.
I feel like in a sense of debate, like, I'm all for, like, people exposing their opinions by arguing. I don't do arguing anymore. I used to growing up, and it get toxic. I didn't like the person that I felt coming out of me when I started arguing. It was like I got so angry and upset, and I hated that. So I was like, I got to stop. So when it comes to an argument, if it goes on for a couple of minutes, I'll just be like, well, you're right, you got it, all good, okay. But I do try to prove the point that I am right. I will go to Google, but I won't go past the Google. I'll Google something, and then if you pull up your own evidence, I'll be like, well, I don't know. Maybe we're both right. I don't like losing, but I just can't. I can't. I hate letting that anger build up because I used to get really frustrated and trying to prove that I'm right.
We know Polish history. I've talked about it on previous episodes. But it's never a bad opportunity to remember, to never forget. Poland was the first nation to stand up to Nazi Germany and to Hitler. And then shortly after, it was invaded by the Soviet Union, and for a while, it was fighting both of those big monsters at the same time. And of course, how to forget that for more than 100 years, their nation stopped existing altogether. And during this time, they were still fighting. Their spirit was still alive. It was still very much alive.
Hey.
Throughout history, they've had to learn how to survive, how to preserve the essence of what it is to be Polish. Their traditions get shared between generations with the utmost precision, pride, and honor. A simple recipe, a famous saying, some mannerisms, or a moral guidebook gets handed down from one proud Pole to another. I've learned that Polish people are courageous, they're fighters, they are survivors, having endured so much, and yet here we are, 2021, and Poland is a thriving nation, waving its white and red colors with pride.
I absolutely love that, and I completely agree from that aspect. I don't think anybody perseveres and survives better than the Polish. If you just take a look at the history and everything that Poland has been through and everything that they came out on the other side, and you look at where they are today and now they're starting to thrive. Yeah, survival. I don't think anybody does that better than the Polish. Self-deprecating humor. Ooh, you might have some competition with the British on this one.
Self-deprecating humor. Where I come from, this is not common at all. As a matter of fact, it's viewed wrong. I don't know if it's in the whole Latin America or in Dominican Republic. Maybe my other Latino viewers can tell me how it is in your countries. But believe me, guys, in Dominican Republic, if you have too many self-deprecating jokes, or at least even one, people think you're depressed and you're sad because otherwise, why would you talk like that about yourself? I remember when Carolina moved to Dominican Republic with me, at the beginning we started meeting with friends and family, and of course, her being Polish, who are masters at self-deprecating humor, people would immediately feel bad for her. They were like, oh, don't say that about yourself. They just did not get the joke. It's very hard for us to understand why would someone make a joke at their own expense, whereas Poles are witty and clever when it comes to making jokes about themselves. And believe me, guys, this is an art form at this point. They have it down to a T, and I believe the reason is because it comes from a place of humbleness. They don't like to boast, they don't like to brag. Granted, I've read and I've heard some comments that are a little bit too self-deprecating for my taste, but as a general rule, it's not like that. They are actually quite funny when they make comments like that at their own expense.
I feel that. Like I said, I feel like y'all got competition with the British on that self-deprecating humor. They have mastered it as well. I don't know which one of you guys is best at it. I haven't heard too much Polish self-deprecating humor, so I'd have to hear more of that. I've heard a lot of British self-deprecating, so I don't know. I don't know which one of you guys best at it. I'm gonna stay out of it. Hard working.
If there's one thing that the Polacos are well known for here in the UK, is their work ethic. They're extremely hardworking, and I believe this is because of old-fashioned manners. They are brought up by their parents and their grandparents to understand that respect is given and earned, and a big way to earn that respect is by working hard and doing your job well. Their endurance is famous and their tenacity is unmatched. Usually they don't have to be told to do something. If there's something that needs to be done, they're gonna do it. If they don't know exactly how to, they're gonna find a way. They will stick to something until it's done to the best of their abilities, and they don't quit even if the workload becomes demanding.
Ooh. Gotta give a shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Poles. Hard work. Your boy, I like to not work hard, but sometimes you don't got a choice. And yeah, something need done, I ain't no choice but to do it. But if I don't know how to do something, I'm calling somebody. I probably won't figure it out myself. Stubbornness. Ooh.
So the question is, are Polish people stubborn or they're just persistent? What is your opinion? Tell me in the comment box below. If you're Polish, tell me what you think about yourself. If you are married or dating or friends with a Pole, what is your opinion? That's a tough one, isn't it? The definition of stubbornness reads as follows: a dogged determination not to change one's attitude or position on something. Let's read that again. A dogged determination not to change one's attitude or position on something. In my humble opinion, and once again, just based on my personal detailed observation, I do think that Poles are stubborn. When they choose their position on a given matter, it's almost as if it's written on cement. It's a blind belief that this is the way things are and nothing is gonna make them change their mind. Let me tell you, it's actually pretty funny. Sometimes you can see a little glimmer in their eye, like they're thinking, maybe I am not 100% correct. but the outer shell intact, unbroken. Their position exactly the same. I found an interesting comment online that I want to read to you guys, and I want to invite my Polish viewers to comment on this, because I think this was written by a Pole. Polish people are obstinate, headstrong, willful, strong-willed, self-willed, bull-headed, difficult, contrary, recalcitrant, refractory, firm, adamant, resolute, inflexible, iron-willed, uncompromising, uncooperative, unaccommodating, unbending. But only when circumstances call for it.
Dang.
That is brilliant.
All of that? Okay.
I was recently talking to a buddy of mine who is also married to a Polish woman, whose identity I'll keep private just to protect the innocent. But I said to him, hey man, you're also immersed in this Polish culture thing. You have Polish friends and, the vibe, same as me. I know you like many things from Poland, but do you have anything that you really don't like? And his answer, almost without hesitation, was, I cannot stand how they always want to correct you on every little thing and they always think they're right. Yes, it's true. Albeit I'll say, it's not everyone. I know Polacos who are very good at listening and taking your opinions into consideration and actually not trying to correct you all of the time. Having said that, I think it's a little bit of a character trait. Remember how I said that Polish people know how to argue and their arguments are pretty heated? Well, I think that's the reason. I think they're always trying to somehow, some way impose their opinion and their knowledge upon others. So if you have some Polish friends and they're giving you a little bit of a hard time with this, you know what? Sit back, chillax, grab a beer, and understand that this is just part of who they are. Unless you are married to a Polish person and they're never wrong, you are never right, and in that case, ja pierd. Boom! That's all, guys. That's the end of the episode. I hope you liked it. If you agree with me on these things, please give us a thumbs up, comment below your opinions on this, and share this with a Polish person or someone that is with a Polish person, okay? See you next week. Bye-bye.
I feel like my wife definitely says that about me, and she hates that about me. But I don't think I'm a know-it-all. I don't think that's me. But you ask her, and that is exactly what I am. But the stubbornness was crazy. All the words to describe a pole when I guess the situation calls for it is crazy. All different words to say stubborn. Let me know what you guys think about these 6 things, and if you think poles are absolutely the best at all 6 of them, or if you disagree with any on the list. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.